Today's AI and cybersecurity briefing is about control: who controls model releases, who controls AI agents once they start acting for us, and who controls the chips and platforms that make this new software economy possible. In the next few minutes, we have 3 headline takeaways. First, the White House reportedly asked OpenAI to slow the release of a new model over safety concerns. Second, money is moving into companies that test AI agents before they touch real workflows. Third, AI infrastructure is becoming a strategic battlefield, from custom inference chips to Europe's push for more of its own AI capacity. Let's start with the OpenAI story because it is the clearest signal. TechCrunch reports that OpenAI planned to share a newest model, described as GPT 5.6, with a select group of partners instead of releasing it broadly, after the Trump administration reportedly asked the company to slow the rollout over safety concerns. The confirmed fact here is not that the model is unsafe. The confirmed point is that model release is becoming a governance event, not just a product launch. Why does that matter? For developers, it means access to the most capable systems may arrive in stages: trusted partners first, then broader users, with evaluations and policy review in between. For businesses, it means roadmaps that depend on frontier models need contingency plans. And for the public, it shows that AI safety debates are no longer abstract. They can change release schedules, partner access, and competitive timing. The practical takeaway is simple: treat frontier AI as critical infrastructure. If your app, workflow, or security process depends on one lab's model, build a fallback. Keep evaluation data. Track changes in output quality. And do not assume that a model announcement means immediate, stable, unrestricted access. The second story is about AI agents. TechCrunch says Petronas AI raised $50 million to build digital worlds for stress testing AI agents. That phrase, digital worlds, matters. A chatbot answers. An agent acts. It can browse, click, draft, file, buy, schedule, summarize, and sometimes change records. That means the testing problem becomes much closer to software security and quality assurance than ordinary prompt evaluation. A serious agent test has to ask: what happens when the website changes? What happens when an email includes a malicious instruction? What happens when 2 tools disagree? What happens when the agent is almost right, but takes the wrong irreversible action? This is why companies are willing to fund agent testing platforms. The next productivity wave depends on letting AI operate inside real business systems, and that only works if teams can measure behavior before deployment. For builders, the rule is: do not ship an agent with only happy path demos. Test refusal behavior. Test tool permissions. Test bad inputs. Test confusing interfaces. Test rollback. And above all, keep humans in the loop for payments, account changes, security exceptions, hiring decisions, legal claims, and anything that can cause real-world harm. The third story brings that same agent question into the inbox. Ars Technica reports that Notion is killing its Skiff-influenced email app, saying it is going all in on using agents to run the inbox. TechCrunch also says Notion is discontinuing the email inbox in favor of the AI agent offering. This is a preview of a broader product trend: inboxes, calendars, documents, and project tools are becoming agent surfaces. The opportunity is obvious. Email is overloaded, repetitive, and full of tasks that feel automatable. But the security risk is also obvious. Email contains invoices, password resets, private files, meeting links, HR conversations, customer data, and social engineering attempts. If an agent can read and act on email, then permissions become the product. Users need clear controls over what the agent can see, what it can send, what it can delete, and when it must ask for approval. For companies, this is a good moment to create an AI inbox policy before the tools become default. Decide whether agents can send external messages. Decide whether they can open attachments. Decide whether they can summarize confidential threads into third-party systems. And log actions so people can audit what happened after the fact. The fourth story is infrastructure. Ars Technica reports that OpenAI and Broadcom announced a chip designed for LLM inference at scale. The bigger pattern is that AI performance is not only about model architecture. It is about silicon, memory bandwidth, power, networking, data center capacity, and cost per answer. Inference is where AI meets daily economics. Every search summary, coding suggestion, support response, document review, or agent action has a compute cost behind it. If custom chips lower that cost or improve latency, they can change which AI features become affordable. They can also give large platforms more control over supply and margins. For startups and enterprise buyers, the question is not just which model is best today. The question is whether your provider can deliver performance reliably when usage scales. The fifth story is Europe's AI capacity. Wired reports that Europe is increasingly pushing for more of its own AI, while noting the challenge of competing with top-tier global model builders. This is not just political branding. AI sovereignty affects procurement, cloud dependence, compliance, data residency, research funding, and industrial strategy. Companies operating in multiple regions may face different expectations about where data is processed and which model providers are acceptable. And finally, a practical cybersecurity note. Ars Technica reports Microsoft added another year to the Windows 10 Extended Update program, while noting that about a quarter of PCs are still running the previous operating system. Legacy endpoints are not glamorous, but they are where many real incidents begin. If your organization still has Windows 10 machines, inventory them, decide whether to pay for extended updates, and prioritize systems that touch identity, finance, customer data, or remote access. Here is the bottom line. AI is moving from demos into controlled release channels, agent workflows, custom chips, and national strategy. The winning teams will not be the ones that blindly adopt every new tool first. They will be the ones that measure behavior, limit permissions, keep fallback plans, and know which systems still need basic security work. If you remember one sentence today, make it this: automate carefully, verify independently, and never give an AI agent more authority than you can audit.